Tell them about your allergies. That's, you know, something you might have a reaction to. That's a way to play it safe and save some money.
We get doctors now, if they can write the prescriptions generically, the generic name, then we as pharmacists can go ahead and make those substitutions right off the start.
Great topic. Love having you on.
Save
We're
money.
saving money and feeling a lot better too. For more advice
Ask us.
from pharmacist Doug White, go online to showcaseminnesota.com and click on the Thursday link. Still ahead, the life and times of famed jazz singer Ella Fitzgerald. We're going to take a look at the Guthrie's production of Ella next. And later, a preview of this weekend's Irish Fair. So stay tuned, laddie.
Plastic Patty, singing things that you don't understand. Let me tell you about the real lands.
Is she just going to sit here during first birthdays?
An exhilarating new musical is now playing on the Guthrie stage. Ella tells the story of legendary singer Ella Fitzgerald, her rise to fame, her secrets, and her love of music. And here with the preview is actress Tina Fabry. Good morning.
Good morning.
You've been doing this role for 3 years.
Yes.
You created this role. You originated it.
Yes, I did.
And now we have it here in town. Let's talk a little bit about Ella. And what did you do to research her, and how did you capture her?
I was very fortunate. I knew a lot of people that had either interviewed her, like Gene Davis. He did a biography on her that was on A&E for several years. And people like Maurice Hines that would give me personal accounts of their relationships and how Ella was. George Caldwell, who's my pianist and music director, got to meet her years ago when he was working with the Count Basie Orchestra. And with all of that information, people would send me CDs, DVDs, all kinds of tapes. And I got to do a lot of research and talk to a lot of people as I did the role. And Rob Ruggiero, he's our director, and it was his concept that he had this thing in mind. He just felt that there wasn't enough known about Ella. She was always just that perfect voice that everybody
really
loved.
true.
Nobody knew anything about her personal life. And a lot of that was because she did not really like to be interviewed. She didn't like to look backwards on her life. She came from very humble beginnings, very sad youth, and she just decided, I'm going to make something of myself, and she did.
Where was she from originally?
She was from Yonkers.
Really? I thought maybe she was a Southern girl. I didn't know. Yeah,
No, that's where
okay.
she was from Yonkers. And her mother died when she was 14. And so she was really kind of left battling on her own with a stepfather she didn't get along with, who wasn't very kind to her, and she didn't have a lot of other family. And show business became more or less her other parent. Chick Webb took over her life and got permission to take her on the road. At
How
about,
old was she?
She was 15.
Oh my gosh. Did she, so she obviously, it seems to me, wasn't formally trained. She could just sing.
No, this is the funny part. She went to the Apollo, and that was her first real public performance. But she was a dancer before she was a singer.
Really?
She danced in the streets. She danced for money because she was a homeless kid when her mother died. And so her dancing was what made her some pocket change. And she loved to dance. But her mother had the most beautiful soprano voice, and she had inherited it, but she never used it until that night at the Apollo.
That's just an amazing, magical story. How did you get involved with this? Because you seem destined to do this role.
Well, I guess so, but I never really thought about doing that. I never thought about playing such a legendary singer like Ella. I did have the advantage, though, of working with the Duke Ellington Orchestra for 3 years. And Mercer Ellington, who was directing the band, always gave me a lot of Ella material to sing. But Rob Ruggiero came to see me in a play called Crowns when it first started touring the States. I was singing gospel, I was not doing any jazz, but he was looking for his Ella, and he felt that I resembled her enough. I came highly recommended by our music director, Danny Holgate, who wrote the arrangements, and other people knew that I was a jazz singer. And he said, you know what? He said, I look at you and I just know you could be her. I just want to hear you scat. If you can scat, you got the job.
You just
And
had to
that's
do
how
it on the
happened.
spot. You
Yeah.
just did it on the spot.
Yeah.
The script is by a Minneapolis playwright,
Jeffrey Hatcher.
which is fabulous for us. And there's 24 musical numbers.
Yeah.
Are you tired by the end of this play every night?
I'm exhilarated because of the response from the audience every night. Honey, they are cheering and standing up and just wanting more. So you're really on a real wave, you know. But it's a lot of work, but it's the most exhilarating and satisfying musical I've ever been a part of.
Now, once you leave the Twin Cities, where will you be going? What are you doing with this?
We're going to Pittsburgh next. Then we go to Vero Beach in Florida. Then we go to Louisville, Kentucky.
My original birth city.
Oh,
So you're
really?
going all around and you're showcasing this. There's a character in here who plays Louis Armstrong, I understand.
Yes, Ron Haynes, our trumpeter, who is fabulous. He plays that horn like you would not believe and does a great Louis.
Oh, it sounds like a great evening, doesn't it?
is, it
What a
is.
pleasure to meet you.
Wonderful meeting
and
you.
it does seem just the perfect role for you. Ella is playing now through September the 6th at the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis. For tickets and showtimes, you can just call the box office at 612-377-2224, or you can go online to guthrietheater.org. And we'll be right back after this.
The rowdy wild Colonial.
I'm a backseat driver from America. They drive to the left on Falls Road.
Welcome back. It's a celebration of Irish culture, food, and dance at this weekend's Irish Fair of Minnesota. They will feature some spirited music and fun for the whole family. And joining us now with more is the event spokesperson, Kieran Folliard. Good morning to you. Welcome back.
Norman, thank you very much for having us. Delighted to be here.
Oh, just talk to me all day, Kieran.
Yeah.
The women just love the accent. Okay, let's talk about the event. Let's talk about what's going on, because we mentioned it's for the whole family.
It is for the whole family. It's a three-day event. Starts this evening, 3 o'clock this afternoon, and all the way through until 8 o'clock on Sunday evening. It's free. Big deal.
Isn't that
in
nice?
Harriet Island, with the Mississippi flowing by and looking up at St. Paul and the cathedral, and it should be a fantastic. The weather looks great for the weekend.
It absolutely does. Going to be some beautiful summer evenings and summer days. Now, as I understand it, you have about 300 different shows going on?
Yes, it's an unbelievable variety. There is something literally for everybody in the family, no matter how big your family is. Like if it's an Irish family of 14 or something like that, there's something for everybody there. Great sports. We have the Immigrant Cup this year for the first time ever, where we'll be playing a Latino team and an Irish team for a cup. We're getting a little bit of that influence in there from the new immigrant community. Of course, Dropkick Murphy are kicking the show off tonight. Free event, and that's a good Celtic punk rock band out of Boston.
See, I love that Celtic punk rock. What a combination. Now, you're going to have some pub trivia going on too?
We have some pub trivia. We also have, this year for the first time ever, at the fair, Guinness and Harp beers from Ireland, and they will complement, of course, the other great favourite from this market, Finnegan's Irish Ale, which, of course, is a non-profit beer that's brewed here by Summit.
Well, lots of food and drink, all kinds of 84 vendors or something I saw. What's available for the little kids to do?
For the little kids to do, well, of course, the kids are always enamored with the sheepdog trials.
Oh,
and,
love those.
They love chasing around after them. Adults do as well, but of course, kids get very excited by it. There are lots of games for the kids to play. There's little golf games, and then they have face painting. They have storytelling for the kids.
So
it really
wonderful.
is a wonderful outing.
And who could tell a story better than an Irish storyteller? Well, we're going to tell everybody how they can get in on this, and then we're going to introduce one of the acts that's going to be playing.
It's one of the great acts.
One of the great acts. Irish Fair of Minnesota takes place tomorrow through Sunday on Harriet Island in St. Paul. For a list of activities and hours, just go online to irishfair.com. And now with a musical preview, here is the Wild Colonial Boys.
Sound recall pierces my brain. All the drunken night behind me again. How did I get here? Where are my shoes? This always seems to happen when I have too much booze. Whoa, the hair of the dog. Whoa, the hair of the dog. Last night, O'Malley's pub, the goggle flow like wine. Always make a promise not to get drunk next time. With a mouth full of cotton and whiskey smelling clothes. How I made it out of there, nobody knows.